The Inbetweeners hit the big screen 13 years ago, and 13 years later, Big Stevie Cool here on Fog Entertainment is going to bring you the review of the movie. Welcome back to the channel. Of course, this movie came after the free series of The Inbetweeners. One day we might review them, but I feel like reviewing comedy series is a wee bit difficult compared to drama series and all that good stuff. But anyway, it features Simon Bird, Joe Thomas, James Buckley, and Blake Harrison as these four, of course, Will, Simon, Jay, and Neil Sutherland. They finish their A levels, they prepare to leave Ridge Park Comprehensive. Jay's grandfather, he dies, he leaves them a generous inheritance, and Simon's girlfriend breaks up with him. So that's pretty much the start of the movie. I thought it was a pretty good farewell speech from what do you call teacher? Oh, sir. Oh, you think I'm intelligent? That guy. Oh, what is his name? Oh no, what is his name? He goes at the end. Oh, I can't remember his name. Hold on. Not Mr. Mackenzie. What's the guy's name? Mr. Gilbert. That's his name. Mr. Mr. Gilbert. Mr. Gilbert. Now, I think the movie's fine, right? But before we get into it, I do think it's a wee bit repetitive. I think one of the more iconic scenes of the movie is Simon getting broke up with Carly. He then walks home. When's tea? Then he goes up to his room. Everything's normal. He's sitting there, put to play a bit of Pro Evo, and then what does he do? He starts greeting. That's a pretty iconic scene. But as for the movie itself, right? I don't think movies suit it. I don't think it's suited to movies. I think honestly, I'd argue that the worst Inbetweeners episode is better than either of the two movies. Honestly, that's what I think. So essentially, they're going on a lad's holiday. They're going to Crete. They're going to Greece. It's funny because their accommodation is absolutely stinky. It's mince. It's absolute pish. It's not that good. Then in the town centre, the boys are tricked by a rep. And I'll tell you what, the rep is in turn to be some woman who, tried to tease them at the end of the day, which I thought was pretty funny at the end of the day. You see this when you go into bars, buy shots, and they pretend to be your best friend. Oh, I'll sleep with you, man, if you buy 4 shots. And obviously Jay falls for it. But they see 4 other girls who are holidaying: Alison, Lucy, Lisa, and Jane. Obviously, Jane is with Jay, Lucy is with Simon, Will is with Alison, and Lisa is with Neil. They're all they're all like carbon copies of each other, I would say, apart from... Well, they're not really... I guess they're not all carbon copies of each other. I think Lisa and Neil are the 2 carbon copies, but, essentially it just repeats itself, right? Where Simon is still in love with Carly, and he spends, most of the movie trying to get with Carly. Again, but she's found her new boyfriend, James, and, it's like Simon, drops the ball with Lucy, but it turns out that Lucy's a massive arsehole, so I feel like they kind of ruined her character in the second movie. Jay, he's not really interested, but then he gets with Jane, and then you kind of had Lisa and Neil get together. But, I feel like it just repeats itself. You have the falling out between Simon and Jay, which I think Jay was justified. It's like how much he was actually greeting about Carly, man. The amount of times he's wasted over Carly. I think Jay was well within his rights. So obviously, there's some funny scenes, like the whole dance scene in there as well. You've got Jay shoving €20 up his arse, and he gives it to the James guy at the end, and he gets pink eye, brilliant. He's got shite on his nose. That's incredible. You've got lads. Neil slept with an unattractive older woman. Kitty don't bite now that she's been fed. Run. You could absolutely run. Petrifying, but You know, you just get a lot of like repetitive scenes. Um, Essentially, the movie ends with Simon deciding, you know what, I've had enough of you, Carly. I'll see you. I'll never see you again. She's like, I'll see you. You know, it's our family's going to see each other next week. He's like, all right. Well, apart from that, you know, it was a metaphor. And he jumps off. It's like, oh, he's going to swim to Lucy and get with her. And then he actually arrives at the beach via ambulance. They kiss. They reconcile. And that's kind of how it just ends. Then we get the you know, we get the credits, and the four boys and the girls spend the rest of their holidays together as couples. They say goodbye at Gatwick Airport, and the girls are introduced to the boys' parents. Then you get a deleted scene with Mr. Gilbert. Mr. Gilbert, their tosser. Mr. Gilbert driving like an ATV through the town. And it's, the movie's funny, right? But I feel like they just repeat it, the same stuff over and over again. I feel like they should have done more at the start of the movie with them. Like, yeah, I get it. I mean, is it a good way for them to end the school stuff, like with the opening 10 minutes? Yes, but I feel like they should have dedicated a wee bit more time to that. And had a wee bit more like Mr. Gilbert, and you had some funny scenes with Donovan doing one last wedgie and all that stuff. But I think they dropped the ball at the beginning of the movie, and then it just repeated itself with drinking, and which is fine. But yeah, man, it's still funny. But for a movie, it's a 6 out of 10. As I said, I think the weakest television episode is actually, you know, better than actually the best movie. The only has two movies, so it's not like you've got a lot to pick from. But that's my closing thoughts. Till next time, peace.